were at a winter meeting one year and in Las Vegas, and Mr. Reinsdorf came up to me and he says, "I want you to do me a favor." And I said, "You know, happy to do whatever you want." And he says, "Come over to the side." We went over to the side. He said, "I'd like for you to get Michael Jordan ready to play baseball in spring training." I looked at him, I said, you know, for real? And he goes, "Oh yeah, absolutely." So I connected with Michael, and we came up with a plan where he would drive into the ballpark and then lift up the door for him. We kept that very quiet also, and then pull in, and the doors would close behind him, and then he'd come in here and we'd start doing some different things that he would need to do in baseball, you know, get his hands strong, get his forearm strong, work on some shoulder strength for throwing, you know, on and on. You know, set up a program for him from A to Z, what he would need to start getting ready to play. He'd start hitting, his hands would be blistered up and they'd be kind of bleeding. He'd come back in here and say, "Herm, you gotta fix up my hands here." I said, "A little different than basketball, huh?" He goes, "Oh, this is considerably different." So I'd patch his hands up, you know, and sometimes they were pretty big blisters, and he'd had some shoulder soreness, and we'd work on his shoulder, work on his core and his back just because of swinging, rotation. You know, I mean, he was good at leaping, but he wasn't necessarily the best at rotation and things like that, so we had to work on those things. And it was an ongoing process. It took a whole winter to basically get him ready to go to spring training. And he was real good about it. We went at it 6 days a week. And then as the winter went on, we went over to Illinois Institute of Technology right over here and actually started to lengthen his throws. And he never really had a true injury here that we had to deal with, just general aches and pains that come along with getting ready for a guy that never really played baseball other than in high school. We actually had a lot of fun doing it in here with all the different drills we had, and then it was fun. When we were over at IIT, once in a while I'd roll out a basketball and we'd play one-on-one with each other and things like that. So he just worked his butt off, you know. I mean, he worked and did everything he was, you know, told to do, and he stayed at it for a long time. I mean, sometimes I thought he was out there maybe too long and getting tired and he'd get into bad habits, but he wanted to do a little more and a little more. And he was another guy that really wouldn't let anything stop him because he really wanted to succeed.